Good morning, good morning. Alright, so today's July 3rd, 2025, and yesterday we had a trend day. After the overnight session, we bounced right at the previous week's high, then broke above the inside day, and as I had said, if you break an inside day, what we should do is go with a break. So we had a trend day, we left some single prints, it kept grinding the whole day, but never got to that all-time highs until just now on the overnight session. We had a bunch of news releases, economic reports, and yesterday we had a bullish imbalance, and I had mentioned that these two targets that I put on the charts, the 6302 and 23,000 for NQ, still not there yet, but it looks like we want to go there. And as I mentioned before, all-time highs are kind of hard because people try to short, they see the market overextended, but there's really nothing up here, no references, so there's going to be some price exploration, and likely grinding higher with dips being short-lived unless there's some news. And there's a lot of, like I said yesterday, there's a lot of areas where we can bounce here. So the first thing to look at for today is we're opening outside range, outside value with the RTH gap at all-time highs, right? So we want to see how, if this holds, and if we keep going towards the 6300s. At that point, we're gonna be repairing this imbalance, so we could see some taking profits at the 6300 area. If not, then I'm looking for another 20 points higher, 6325-ish, and then there's really nothing here, so we could keep going for a while. If we do see sellers, and the first thing is looking for yesterday's high, see if that holds. If we start trading inside the range, inside yesterday's high, we have very poor structure yesterday from that the trending day, so we might see a quick move through the range, looking at the June high at 62.65 as the first area for a bounce. If we don't bounce there, then the single print from yesterday, 62.54 to 62.49, and then at that point we're going to be very close to the 20-day point of control, which yesterday shifted to 62.45. So that would be the main target to the downside if we're able to get inside the range. And then from there, 6220 and 6200s are two levels where I'm expecting buyers to also defend. For NQ, we have just broke this previous high, looking for 23,000, and on a pullback, I want to see if we hold above this high from the 27th, see if that holds. If not, the magnet here is the previous week's high at 22,825, and then we have this low right here from that pullback from a couple of days ago at 22,600. So this is let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4-day balance area that's starting to form after this breakout. So I would look for this range, 22,600 to 23,000 as a range that could possibly start forming. Okay, so that's that. Crude oil had a nice bounce yesterday. Tested that 20 daily moving average, that area that I was saying is resistance, and now it pulled back a little bit on the overnight, but now it's testing it again. So let's see if this right here, the yearly VWAP is at 67.60. Look how it bounced almost perfectly there. So this is an area to watch. If it holds and we cannot break above it, or if it breaks above it and then comes back inside the range, then this is still a magnet at 65.50. But if it doesn't hold, we break above the 200 moving average, I would say that this area right here between 72.50 and 68, it's kind of like a transition area in which we were accepting earlier in the year, but then when we had this Middle East stuff going on, we kind of like went through this area pretty quickly. So maybe if we come back into it, we can just accept around the 70 area. Gold tested this low volume area, the 33.75 area. Didn't quite get to 3400, so watch this high, 33.80, no, 33.75ish. If it breaks above that, then I would look for 3400. But now we pulled back pretty strongly from there, so now it's trading within this range between 3300 and 3380. We have the 50 moving average here, so if it breaks below that, then I will probably expect this 3300 to be retested. Today's a short day and we have a bunch of releases. So we had a bunch, everything got condensed for today because tomorrow the market is closed. So we had a bunch at 8:30 and now we have a 9:45 PMI. We have ISM services at 10 a.m., factory orders 10 a.m., bunch of stuff. FIT speaking at 11, natural gas at 10:30, and then we have some auctions at 11:30, and then the market closes at, I believe it closes at 1 p.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken, and then it reopens Sunday night, normal Globex hours, and then we start earning seasons. Remember, July bullish, all-time highs. Don't try to short this. I mean, you could. I'm not saying you can't make money shorting, but don't expect too much follow through unless there's some news that changes the environment. All right, good luck, happy 4th, enjoy the weekend, and see you Monday.